Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Donald Trump, your president, hosted Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, where Benjamin announced he nominated Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah, right. I wish I would. He nominated Donald Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize, a guy who tells police officers to be a little rough with the citizens while making an arrest, a guy who is attacking people as we speak globally, a guy who is sending bombs, weapons, money to Israel for war. A guy who also sent a whole bunch of stuff over to Ukraine, and then he helped out Russia with something. He's playing both sides of the fence. Anyway, fam. Okay, so here's why he said he did it. He cited Donald Trump's peace efforts, including a proposed 60-day ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. Trump plans to send more weapons to Ukraine to aid its defense, reversing a Pentagon review pause on aid, and gave mixed messages on trade, claiming 90-day trade deals are done while setting a flexible August 1st tariff deadline. He also signed a memo imposing a federal hiring freeze with exceptions for military, immigration enforcement, national security, and public safety roles, aiming to optimize existing personnel. Sounds peaceful to me. Yeah, like spending that money on the military, spending that money on security, funding a nation for war, funding a couple of nations for war. So what I wanted to know is, I hear about the Nobel Peace Prize all the time, but I'm like, is it the Nobel Peace Prize or the Nobel War Prize? So I was like, let me finally look this thing up and find out what the criteria is, because, perhaps Ted Bundy could have won a Nobel Peace Prize. You know what I'm saying? Hitler may have deserved one. So here's what it says about the Nobel Peace Prize. The prize is rewarded to the person who shall have done the most or the best work for fraternity between nations, for the abolition or reduction of standing armies, and for the holding and promotion of peace congresses. That's the original language. In modern terms, this means it's awarded for promoting peace cooperation between nations, reducing armed conflict, including disarmament efforts, advancing human rights, democracy, or social justice that leads to peace, leading negotiations or reconciliations to end conflicts, championing nonviolent resistance or peaceful civil disobedience, providing humanitarian aid in ways that reduce or prevent conflict. Eligibility. Anyone can be nominated, but only by an approved group of nominators. National politicians, university professors, and former laureates are given as examples. Individuals, organizations, and movements can win. The nominee must still be alive at the time of selection. Notable patterns include political leaders who helped end wars, human rights activists such as Martin Luther King Jr., organizations, the UN, Red Cross, World Food Program, whistleblowers or journalists such as Maria Ressa and Dmitry Meritov in 2021. I don't think anyone thinks Benjamin is serious about nominating Trump. Even if he is serious, it just goes to show you the depth of incompetency in government all around the world, same song. Trump is a divider. Trump, no, I don't think anybody looks at Trump and says, that's a unifier. That's the guy we need to bring the country together. No, they say, that's the guy we need to divide and conquer. That's the guy we need on our side to give us more stuff and give them less stuff. That's the guy we need on our side to circumvent the law. Yeah, man. Yeah. I seriously doubt that dude is serious about Trump and his support for Trump to be nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. That's the funniest, unfunniest thing in the world. The trip part about it is, a lot of these nations are so scared. He might just win. Yeah, man, he might just win. Which again would show you that the award really don't mean anything. It's like when you watch an award show and you see people winning Grammys or Oscars, and there were other people that were a lot more deserving. And some people who don't have really any talent, and you see them winning some major award, and you go, y'all gave that award to that person. Maybe they have some type of talent, but that talent ain't worthy of the award that they're picking up. At least not by the standards that it was impressed upon the public. We thinking that this award is something major, but then you give it to a certain person and it dilutes it. It totally dilutes it. So if Trump wins a Nobel Peace Prize, man, well, it's too late because Hitler is dead. I was about to say you need to get Hitler one, but you got to be a living recipient, you know? You got to be a living person to be nominated, put it like that. So Hitler is out, but damn, Kyle Rittenhouse, George Zimmerman, yeah, these guys, they should be in the running. They should absolutely be in the running. Here's the deal, fam. Trump knows he doesn't deserve to be on a list that includes Martin Luther King, Mother Teresa, and Einstein. He knows that for a fact. But he just likes the idea of having his name included in those type of legacies. A Trump name will be included in a lot of legacies, but it won't be on the level of the people I just mentioned. Oh, it's going to be, he's going to be the bottom of the barrel legacies. Yeah, everything that a person should not aspire to be. That's the list he's going to be on. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.